Hey guys, how are you doing? Hi everyone. Welcome to this live session. So we'll just wait for a few moments before people start coming in. How are you guys doing today? So enjoying the holiday, right? Independence Day in the middle of the week. So just give a thumbs up if you're there, maybe a like or something, or maybe some comments so I will know that you guys are live and online, right? So I can see a comment from Subhajit. So yes, we are live. Hey guys, this is Deepanshu Singh. Welcome to an academy and India's largest online learning platform for this live session. So today, I'm not going to talk about the conventional stuff because it's Independence Day and we celebrate 70 years of independence for India. And so the topic of today's discussion is a little hatke. Let's talk about for the youth of India, for us, what does independence means for us, at India at 70. Let's talk about something different, not just studies. Obviously, it will be a part of your studies, but then we have to get the broader outlook and a picture of the issue that what independence means to us, especially the youth of India of today. As you know that India as of now is budding with youths. We are one of the youngest nation. Demographic dividends is in favor of India. Prime Minister Modi keeps on talking about it. Every other country keeps on talking about it. So long years ago, in 1947 or maybe before that, our forefathers and India specifically made a tryst with destiny that we'll achieve independence for our younger generations. तो जो उन्होंने इतनी मेहनत करी है इंडिपेंडेंस अचीव करने के लिए, उसके बाद वी हैव कम अ रियली लॉन्ग वे. इफ यू गो बाय द हिस्ट्री दैट वी अचीव्ड इंडिपेंडेंस, then there were issues. हमें यूनिवर्सल एडल्ट फ्रेंचाइज नहीं मिल रहा था. then finally they showed faith in Indians that इनको एक यूनिवर्सल एडल्ट फ्रेंचाइज दिया जाए बिकॉज वी वर नॉट लिटरेट. हम लोग इतने लिटरेसी थी नहीं हम लोग के पास कि हम पे ट्रस्ट दिया जा सके कि वी कैन सेलेक्ट और मे बी इलेक्ट आर लेजिस्लेटर्स. तो फाइनली वो हमारे फोर फादर्स जो थे, हमारी फाउंडिंग फादर्स जो थे नेशन के, दे शोड कॉन्फिडेंस इन आर एबिलिटीज एंड फाइनली हमें वो ट्रस्ट दिया कि वी शुड वोट. एंड देन वी मूव टूवर्ड्स सब्सटीट्यूशन इकोनॉमी, जहाँ पे हम लोग इम्पोर्ट सब्सटीट्यूशन पे गए. दैट वी विल नॉट एक्सपोर्ट एवरीथिंग बिकॉज वी डू नॉट हैड द फाइनेंशियल रिसोर्सेज और द मनी टू इम्पोर्ट अ लॉट ऑफ स्टफ. तो हम लोग डोमेस्टिक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग को समय फोकस देने की कोशिश करी, बट ऑब्वियसली देयर वर प्रॉब्लम्स बिकॉज वी डू नॉट हैव मच मोर कैपिटल. देन इंस्टीट्यूशंस खोले गए लाइक IITs, जवाहरलाल नेहरू जी ने खोले. उसके बाद a lot of things happened, but eventually there came a crisis in balance of payment का crisis. उसके बाद eventually there was a big bang reforms, जिनको बोलते हैं हम LPG reforms के नाम से भी जाना जाता है. Most of you who are preparing for exams would know the 91 reforms. So that was the game changer in Indian economy and for Indian history, if you get the modern history. So after coming from these all things, where does India stand as of now? Now, if I ask you this question, what does independence means to you, to the common youth, if I talk in general sense? So, वो कुछ भी हो सकता है. I mean, that independence as of now for youth could be, maybe watching this video online on YouTube. Because if you compare it with other countries, even in some countries like China or maybe some other countries like Saudi Arabia, even YouTube is banned. So that can be a freedom for people. If I take my example, freedom for me as of now will be, maybe having a cup of coffee, sitting in somewhere, not bothered about too many things, or maybe making free courses for you guys on an academy, and maybe delivering this lecture or a talk or a pep talk, talking to you guys. That can be independence for me. It can be something else for you. So I get a lot of questions from people that we do not get the motivation to study, or how do we be motivated for this exam, because I know it's a very long process. एक साल का process होता है. It takes a lot of time and determination and hard work to crack this exam. So if I take my example, I want to be a civil servant to serve the people. You could have your own aspiration, your own motive to become a civil servant, but not becoming a civil servant, or until I become a civil servant, does not stop me from doing something which I should not be proud of as an independent young Indian, right? I'm making courses for you guys, or some other educators are making courses for you guys. They're doing kind of a social work. There's a stipend attached with it. That's a different story. that's altogether different story, but there is time, effort and labor involved. So we are taking out time to do something different for you guys. Similarly, आप लोग का कुछ और मोटिव हो सकता है. It does not matter whether you are in public service or not, you can always do public service. आप अपने एफर्ट से कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. You can maybe help some poor kid and teach them in an NGO, or maybe you can be a part of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan for that matter. You can clean your own house, your own surroundings. So that is also part of a social service. If you become a civil servant, obviously you will have power and you will have a lot of things at your disposal at that time to execute things maybe in a better manner. But does not being a civil servant as of now does not stop you from doing something which can bring about a change in society. Now I know there are a lot of problems in India as of now. We are still a developing country. Still we have moved a long way ahead. काफ़ी सारे problems हैं, काफ़ी सारे issues हैं. हम हर चीज़ पे धरने पे बैठ जाते हैं. Protest in democracy is important, and dissent is also important in democracy, but वो overshadow नहीं होना चाहिए. It should not be overpowering that हर चीज़ पे हम धरना प्रदर्शन करने लग जाएं. So the important thing is that we as an individual, personally, we should do our own collective effort of how we can be a part of this revolution, maybe taking India forward as an independent, strong nation. Okay, so that's the main thing. And obviously, as I told you, that being independent can mean different things to you. You can go out and watch a movie late night, or you can spend time with the family and friends. You can access social media. You can convey your thoughts through social media. Obviously, there are restrictions, and there will always be restrictions. But imagine being born in a country like China or maybe Saudi Arabia. China does not even allow social media. Saudi Arabia, you can't even say anything against their own political dispensation. Obviously, there are issues right now as well in India that काफी सारे cases हुए हैं. But things are not that bad. We take our freedom for granted. I mean, I know a lot of people who go abroad and work. I've got opportunities to go abroad, but I never went abroad. That's my own personal reason. But then a lot of people go outside, and when they come back, they say that India में इतनी सारी problems हैं, UK में तो इतना अच्छा है, US में इतना अच्छा है, वहाँ सब चीज़ fast हो जाती होगी. Doesn't matter. But the thing is that we are also, as I told you, is a developing country. We are moving towards, we are progressing. आप imagine करिए आपके mom dad के time पे या दादा दादी के time पे और अब के India में कितना difference आ गया. Now you go by the statistics. Every Indian now on an average has 2 mobiles. उनके पास टीवी नहीं होगा, इवन टॉयलेट भी नहीं होगा. आप स्वच्छ भारत में सुनते हो कि टॉयलेट्स नहीं है, उससे ज़्यादा इंडिया में लोगों के पास मोबाइल्स है. That's because of the IT revolution started by Shri Rajiv Gandhi and obviously other people. And imagine the same case with other countries. Of compare with other countries like sub-Saharan African countries where अभी भी internet penetration नहीं है. Thanks to the Geo revolution, we now have at least a Geo SIM available in every part of the country. So we have to look at the positives. When you're also writing answers, I'll connect this thing to your writing answers in civil services examination. So when writing answers, in the end, you always have to give a balanced conclusion, right? It always has to be a positive conclusion. We have issues. We have issues like, when I talk about that, for me, having independence is, being independent is, staying away, maybe taking a flight and come back to meet my parents, staying away all night, maybe, spending time with friends. It can mean different things to us. But the problem is that once we take, these things for granted, so we should not take our independence for granted, and we should always strive for, doing some things which are not in our control as of now, but then obviously we should do some collective effort कि हम लोग कुछ ऐसा करें. We should bring about a change. Like this Unacademy revolution, it started as a revolution. Initially there were issues, like there were challenges कि कैसे होगा, कैसे नहीं होगा, बहुत सारी brainstorming हुए, बहुत सारे issues हुए. Then eventually it evolved. So things have to evolve. It takes time. So you as an individual, you should also think कि हमारी जो common problems हैं, उनके कैसे solution निकलेंगे, right? Like if you're a software developer, you can think of, maybe making a software which can solve your common problems, daily problems. अभी गोरखपुर में वो ऑक्सीजन वाला इशू हुआ है. Everybody tries to find a scapegoat in the issues, but nobody is trying to find the real problem. And even if you have identified the real problem, let's move ahead and do something else. Do something कि वो चीज़ दोबारा repeat ना हो. I know दिल्ली में बहुत सारी चीज़ें होती हैं कि every year there's a problem of chikungunya, dengue coming in. But why aren't we able to find a solution? Because see, government and all, they have a limitation. They can only be successful if we are involved. Okay, if we are involved with the government, we participate as a community, then only any government program can be successful. Obviously we cannot totally depend on government for every program to be successful. They have a limitation of manpower, they have a shortage of manpower. So suppose for example, if we want to make Delhi dengue free and malaria free, they will do their own job, but we have to do our own job, right? We cannot just rely on them. Like कहाँ पे पानी इकट्ठा हो रहा है उसको इकट्ठा ना होने दें, ऑयल उस पर छिड़काव करें, पानी stagnate नहीं होना चाहिए, should wear full sleeves clothes when you go outside generally during this season. So these are some steps that you generally you should take as a responsible citizen from your own side. Like for example Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, right? मैं किसी गवर्नमेंट की बढ़ाई नहीं करना चाह रहा हूँ यहाँ पे, बट दीज आर थिंग्स हु वुड हैव एवर थॉट, a prime minister of a country, such a huge country, can think of such a trivial issue like Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, about toilets. Even I was reading an article by Bill Gates. Obviously you might know who Bill Gates is. He said himself he was surprised to see that a prime minister of such a big country can even think about these trivial issues, because it's important. Health and hygiene is important. If you have a healthy society, you will have healthy human capital. See, demographic dividend of a country will be of no use if we are not healthy and we're not utilizing the skills of our youth. And obviously the problem with India is that we have youth, but we do not have the requisite skills required. So that is why Skill India mission was started. So government is doing taking their own steps. As a responsible citizens, what are we doing from the independence that we have got, the independence that has been given to us from our parents, like independence to go abroad, go study, or I know people are commenting that maybe I'm propagating ideas of BJP or RSS, but that's not the case. I'm talking to you as a neutralist. I'm not taking any sides of any government. I'm just saying that government apna part karegi. What you do from your own part is important. As a responsible citizen on this eve of independence, 70th independence, we're moving to 71st year. So जो आज तक अचीव हुआ है उसको और बिल्डअप करने की जरूरत है. एंड फ्रॉम माई ओन इंडिविजुअल पर्सपेक्टिव, आप कल सिविल सर्वेंट बने, अपने देश को सर्व करें, आपका अपना मोटिवेशन होगा. बहुत सारे लोग वही क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं कि सर हमें मोटिवेशन नहीं मिलता, कैसे पढ़ाई करें. सी यू हैव टू फाइंड योर ओन मोटिवेशन. मेरा मोटिवेशन कुछ और हो सकता है, आपका मोटिवेशन कुछ और हो सकता है. बहुत सारी डिफरेंट चीज़ें होती हैं. एंड बट not being a civil servant, or rather not being a part of the government of the system, does not hinder you from taking an effort or making an effort to bring about a change in the society or impact the lives of people. If you want to make an impact in the lives of people, bring about a change in society, why don't join an academy? Join us, make courses on an academy, bring about a change in the life of people like we're doing in impacting people who are sitting in rural areas of the country. Share your knowledge, share education. Educated society will be a progressive society. So do that. That's also a part of contributing to your society. So that's the thing. And happy Janmashtami to all of you guys. I know a lot of people are saying happy Jai Krishna. So happy Janmashtami to all of you guys. So I guess this is about it. That's what I want to talk to you about today in this live session. And I know there are lot of issues like Nirbhaya issue. There's not security. Abhi Varnika wala case hua. There's not security for women. See, these all elements of the society will have come from our own part of the society. So uska solution bhi jo hai na hamari society se hi niklega. We just cannot blame every time and give us scapegoat ki law and order problem hai, iska problem hai, sabka problem hai. It's our own problem. These people have evolved from our own society. हमने कुछ गलती की होगी कि वैसे लोग पैदा हुए जो ऐसे हरकतें कर रहे हैं. So we have to evolve as a society, and वो evolution जो होगा वो हमारी तरफ से ही होगा. ठीक है? And the only thing that I can advise you guys is make an effort. Like Gandhi ji said, be the change you want to see in the world. So if you want to see the changes in the world, start in doing something from your own. Take responsibilities, take ownership of things, start doing something. Do not just sit idle, thinking कि अपने आप चीजें होंगी. Like today's Independence Day, everybody is celebrating, छुट्टी मिल गई. So whenever you get free time, think about it, what you can do and bring about, do something to bring about a change in the society. How you can positively impact the society, rather, what actually independence means to you. Because frankly हम लोग को बहुत इंडिपेंडेंस मिली हुई है इंडिया में. जितना हम लोग डिमांड करते हैं कि ये रिस्ट्रिक्शंस है, नो डाउट, बट कहीं कहीं रिस्ट्रिक्शंस भी ज़रूरी हैं. आपको भी रियलाइज़ होगा मे बी जब आप और बड़े होंगे इन सब चीज़ों को समझेंगे. बट जितना अभी है वो भी हमारे लिए काफ़ी है. सी, स्टार्टअप्स को ग्रोथ मिल रही है, बहुत सारी इंडस्ट्री इवॉल्व हो रही है, इकोनॉमी ग्रो कर रही है, सोशल सेक्टर की स्कीम्स आ रही हैं, बहुत सारी चीज़ें हो रही हैं, एंड लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स आर हैपनिंग एट द सेम टाइम. सो दिस इज पॉसिबल बिकॉज वी हैव एन इंडिपेंडेंट सोसाइटी. एंड everybody has their right to dissent, and that's the beauty of democracy, that you have the right to dissent, right to free speech. So, but that obviously has reasonable restrictions. So anyway, that was about today's live session. Now I'll take up any questions you have related to exam, or anything related to UPSC exam, or maybe in general perspective. So I'll just take questions. Yeah. Happy Independence Day, I wished you again, and happy Janmashtami to everyone. Okay, so why I'm not making the Hindu summary? I received the question. See, it takes a lot of time for me. It's difficult from my own schedule to do it. As of now, I'm thinking of making maybe a weekly roundup of current affairs, maybe a weekly summary of Hindu, so that will be much more beneficial. Otherwise, I'm taking a daily FAQ series course, and also come about with a course where I'll tell you which are the important current affairs from that month. So maybe that I'll take up, or maybe a Yojana summary also. So there are 3-4 things going inside my mind which I'm planning to do. So maybe I'll take that up. Thank you, Nisarg, for being a fan of me. Well, I'm a fan of every aspirant who is watching this, every aspirant who watches my video. So I'm equally a fan of yours. What else? How to decide optionals? Okay. I've taken this issue before as well. So the best way to decide any optional is try and pick up the syllabus of that subject, and try and pick up the previous year questions of that subject, and उसके बाद ना try and solve. तो उसको थोड़ा पढ़ के उसकी NCERT पढ़ने के बाद, बेसिक बुक पढ़ने के बाद, चेकिंग द सिलेबस. पहले तो देखिए सिलेबस आप टैकल कर पाएंगे कि नहीं. बहुत लोग सिलेबस से रह जाते हैं. डरने की जरूरत नहीं है. टेक अप द सिलेबस, देन टेक अप द प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस एंड रीड सम ऑफ द NCERTs. थोड़ा सा 1-2 चैप्टर पढ़िए एंड ट्राई एंड अटेम्प्ट दोस क्वेश्चंस जो आए हैं उसमें से. सो देन यू विल बी इन अ बेटर पोजीशन टू अंडरस्टैंड कि वो ऑप्शनल आप कर सकते हैं कि नहीं कर सकते. बट अल्टीमेटली इट्स योर चॉइस. बहुत लोग डरते हैं कि ये ऑप्शनल मेरा बैकग्राउंड था इस सब्जेक्ट का, इन ग्रेजुएशन में उसको लूँ या ना लूँ. सो इफ़ यू हैव अ बैकग्राउंड ऑफ दैट सब्जेक्ट तो वो ले सकते हैं. बहुत सारे लोग क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं टेक्निकल सब्जेक्ट्स लें, नॉन टेक्निकल लें. सी इफ यू आर फ्रॉम अ टेक्निकल बैकग्राउंड एंड इफ यू आर कंफर्टेबल विद टेक्निकल बैकग्राउंड, you can take up the technical subjects. No worries about it. This year there have been really good marks, and people with technical subjects have scored very good ranks, in fact, in final selection. So you can take up technical subject. There is absolutely no issue about it. Thank you, Lokesh, for your comments. Thank you so much. So I guess you guys can post your queries and I'll answer them in the next video, maybe a live session. Apart from that, you can watch my daily FAQ series on Unacademy. It's a course where I try and solve your queries daily, which you can post in the comment sections. I'll pick those queries up and answer that in the video next day. So guess this is it, guys. Enjoy your independence, take responsibility, take ownership of things, and all the best from my side. Take care. Bye-bye.